Hey tribe, Dawna here from Transformational Healing, and today we are going to create a ritual incense together. It's a style of loose incense, and I'm going to show you how I create them, and it's actually going to be a new incense for the shop. This incense is a spiritual welcoming or a spiritual ritual incense. So it is for welcoming Great Spirit or universal life force energy into your space. It would make a great incense for any ritual that you are doing when you are welcoming energy, or if you're going to do meditation and you want to welcome your connection to Source. So let's get right to it. So today we are making a spirit incense. It's meant to welcome Great Spirit or universal life force energy into our space. Kind of a welcoming spirit or invoking spirit type of incense. So today we are going to use frankincense tears, myrrh, copal oro, which is the white copal, red sandalwood chips, Palo Santo chips, white willow bark, and jasmine flowers. So most of our mix is actually already at the consistency that you would want it to be at when you are creating an incense, but some of it needs to get broken down more, and for that we will use the mortar and pestle. So obviously these frankincense tears are quite large, so we're actually going to put them in last. So if you look at the myrrh resin is much smaller and is perfect to just add at exactly where it is right now. I purposely chose to use the things out of the bottom of the bag so that I keep all the bigger pieces and things like that to send to all of you when you want the larger pieces, and then I use the powders and the residues that are left over when I'm making incense because it's less work for me to use. And you can always request a powdered version of almost any of the incenses, and if I have it, I would send it to you. That was the copal oro. And now the red sandalwood chips, there's a couple that are a little bit big, but they're not going to break down with the mortar and pestle. I could put them into an herb grinder and grind it up into powder, but I think that the amount that is here, the sizes, are actually pretty good for incense, and I usually add it just directly for the incense. And here we have the Palo Santo. So everything we've added so far is to basically raise the vibration, to raise the energy. The Palo Santo does the same and is also for sweetness. White willow bark draws a little bit of the energy of the moon and brings protection and love and a purity to the incense. So that's why we're going to add that. And now we are left with jasmine and frankincense. Instead of using the full mortar and pestle for the jasmine, I'm just going to use the pestle in the metal bowl that it is in because it's not a lot of pressure, and jasmine literally like pops as you break it. So literally we're just pushing down on this and all the pieces are just popping. So as I grind this, I am thinking about the energies that I would like to welcome in. I am thinking about welcoming spirit into my space, filling myself and the space with pure energy. And I'm just trying to crush this up. We'll speed this up a little bit. And here you can see.
much smaller pieces. You could also do this by hand. If you just wanted to do it by hand, you don't have to use the mortar and pestle for this one. And some herbs are harder than others, so some you would want to use it for and some you don't need to use it for. So we're going to add that. And give it another stir. I think that's looking like a good amount of resin versus herb. So let's do the frankincense. So I tend to just do the bigger pieces, and we're just going to basically try to pop some of the bigger pieces, but all these smaller pieces I would put right in. See, those ones we'll put right in to the mix, but these ones we're going to work on a little bit. And you got to cover your mortar and pestle, so you guys are not going to see very much. I'll show you when I'm done. And as you can see, a little bit of resin gets everywhere. And typically with a resin, you end up more, you're not stirring it or pushing it, you're actually like popping it, like a big push onto it. But see, that's much better. And you want to get the last of that out of there. And then clean your mortar and pestle between everything that you're working on, unless it's all going into one specific project, one incense or one tea. And I have different ones that I use for resins and incense making things than I do for edible or tea making things. So look at that beautiful incense. And now all it needs is to be intended and have a little ritual done with it, and it will be ready to go in the shop. So I hope you'll see it soon.
I hope that you enjoyed making this incense with me today. I can't wait to offer it in the shop. I make several different types of loose incense. I have loose incense for every single Sabbath of the wheel of the year, going all the way from Samhain and Yule, all the way back around to Maban. I also have incense for Hecate and Fairy Awakening, and a flora incense that is just beautiful to welcome in the springtime energies at any time of the year. You can also find incenses for the full moon, the new moon, and at certain times I also have them for solar and lunar eclipses. If there are any incenses that you would love to see created in the shop, just drop a message for me down below and I will see what I can do about that. I have made a custom blend for blacksmiths, which is absolutely amazing, and he really enjoyed it. It might be something that I might offer to everyone else in the shop at some point in time. If you've missed some of the latest videos, last week on Thursday we covered the uses of sulfur powder and how to use sulfur powder for protection and unhexing and unjinxing. So be sure to check that out. And this Thursday I will be doing a guided meditation for you. It will be a new style of videos for the channel. So let me know if you like this style of guided meditation a little bit better, and we will go from there. Many blessings, tribe, and I can't wait to see you live tomorrow on Wednesday. We'll see you soon.